I'm Amanda.
I'm Emily.
This is Two Moms, One Mic.
And today we are going to talk about family vacations.
Yay.
Or more so, vacationing with children. Because I experienced that for the first time this past January. You've already gone on two vacations with your son.
Yes.
How old was he the first time?
He was he was turning like 1 in a week, so he's 11 months, so almost 12 months.
Okay.
And that was an absolute disaster. So I don't even know if I should talk about that because I'll just scar people. He ended up in the hospital. He ended up in the hospital.
I forgot about that.
He ended up in the
Oh
hospital.
God! Now we just opened up a whole other can of worms.
When I talk about vacation, I'll talk about my second vacation before
where you
first
actually
vacation.
enjoyed it. Yeah,
I am going to talk a little bit about my first vacation though.
Yeah. So this was the first time both my kids. So my kids are 5 and 2. And they
first things first, bring grandparents. Bring grandparents.
Yeah, okay, let me say it was a big vacation. My parents came and my sister came with her family, so there was 9 of us. So there was a lot of people. This is the first time my kids have been on a plane. My niece is a very seasoned traveler. At the age of 2, I think she already needs another passport. Yeah, she knows everything. So leading up to the vacation, it was funny. We were playing, we were doing pretend play of going to the airport. But I was being so ridiculous. I was saying to my kids, you have drugs on you? Do you have drugs? The dog's gonna come, he's gonna sniff you, and he's gonna say, do you have drugs? And we were just being dramatic, honestly. But that's because my kids are hilarious. So I'm okay, give me the passport and pretend, and pretend to do the pat down. It was dramatic, throwing them on the bed and whatever. But they were excited. Regardless, it was an early flight, so we got to we had to wake them up. It was 5 a.m. Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning. They honestly did really well. I really can't complain. They did a great job at the airport. They did a great job on the plane. I bought stuff, and my oldest one just watched 2.5 movies, and so I didn't even hear them. My second one watched 1 movie. I got the Melissa and Doug tape book. Have you seen it?
No.
So it comes with 4 rolls of tape, and then you're supposed to stick the tape on the pictures. It's a really great book. You can get it on Amazon. He just used the tape.
Yeah, my son loves tape
yeah,
too.
honestly, if you're gonna fly with kids, bring tape. It was the best thing ever, and it's easy to clean up because you're not gonna get little pieces because it's always gonna stay long. So yeah, so honestly, and then he napped for a little bit. So I can honestly say I had the ideal, and it was about it was definitely 4 hours. I can't remember if it was 4.5 hours because we went to Mexico. So, it's not like it was Florida where it's only 2. It was quite the distance. So they had a great time. Get, to Mexico, everything's honky-dory. Honestly, I really couldn't complain that much. It was, my younger one, he didn't poo for 2 days.
Oh.
So he got a really big fever. When my kids don't go to the bathroom, I don't know if all kids do this, but when my kids don't go to the bathroom, they get a fever.
Oh, okay.
So for the first 2 days, I was rotating Tylenol and Advil to get his fever down, but he wasn't miserable.
Yeah.
He was lethargic, but he wasn't miserable. So I'm okay, things could be worse. He could have diarrhea or whatever, whatever. Once he finally figured out he could poo, I don't know, he realized, hey, if I stand on top of this water slide, I can take a dump. I don't know why he chose that location, but it was not fun to clean his diaper poolside. But whatever, that became his toilet essentially. So if you need to know if the water's clean, it's not. But yeah, so once that subsided, everything was fine. He would nap, everything was great. But then out of the blue, my older one decided he was done with this trip, and he's yeah, we can go home now. I'm what do you mean we can go home now?
And
we're honestly
4, right? 4.
It's 5.
It's 5.
We're 3 to 4 days in. I'm what do you mean we can go home? And I couldn't believe this. He missed, even though we were 9 people, keep in mind, we're 9 people. So basically half of his family's there.
Yeah.
He's no, I miss the people that are at home. So let's go. And I was buddy, this isn't how vacations work. You don't just pick up and leave.
We're stuck here.
Whenever you feel like it. So then that became a whole thing, trying to manage his emotions. We had to FaceTime my aunt because that's his favorite human being more than anyone on this planet. And then if he managed to speak to her, then he would have a good day. If he didn't speak to her, he basically had a shit day and would just be all over the place, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, you've been asking to go on vacation for like, since you could talk, you have this chance, and it's like not what you thought it would be, so like, let's go home. And like, that just tells you everything you need to know about toddlers.
Yeah,
that like
or about
they're
kids in general.
Yeah, like just wild. Like there was water slides. There was any food he could have wanted. They had ice cream. Like, but he was like, no, I just want to like sit here and just be on FaceTime, and that's it. And I was like, okay, I'm so glad we're in a beautiful destination for this. So that kind of really like threw us. And I mean, it didn't ruin the trip, but it's surprising because you don't think like, about these things, right? Like, he was so pumped, and that really, I don't know, that was a surprise.
How were like dinners and stuff? Like, how are your kids sitting? Like,
honestly, they were okay. Like, yeah, like they were like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm mom shaming you if you like didn't have a good experience going out to eat with people, and I'm not. Like, I honestly, my kids,
my son needs an iPad, guys.
Yeah, so I was literally just gonna say it. So my younger one, like, he has like a threshold. He'll give you so much time of like, quote unquote, good behavior, and then he'll be like, okay, this is, and you know, dinners can be long. Like when you're doing like the a la carte,
yeah,
you're sitting there for like at least an hour. You know what I mean? So yeah, did I have to like, you know, let them watch a screen just so that we could finish our dinner? Yeah, I did. Shoot me. Like,
you know, and I want to comment on this because I always said I was going to be the mom that didn't have like an iPad in a restaurant, and I do. I have an iPad in a restaurant, and it really, like, it's not even about my son not listening. It's the fact Antonio gets up, walks around, goes to other people's tables and touches their things. Yeah. So that's why I bring an iPad in the restaurant. It's not for me. I mean, I don't care if he touches your food. Yeah. That's for you guys to get him to sit, because he's so friendly. He's so hi. He went up to someone's plate and took their fork and walked away. Like, so that's why I'm like the iPad parent in a restaurant, because it's for everyone else, really. It's not. Yeah. I would let my kid walk around the restaurant. I would. I don't care.
Yeah, but also too, like, you want to be able to eat, and like, if your kid's darting around, like, what are you gonna do? Just keep eating there and like let your kid run around the restaurant? Like, the waiters need to get by. Like, people have to walk by.
Yeah,
like,
you know, there needs to be.
You know, things can happen. He can get hurt. He can slip and fall. Like, you know, you just need them
to sit.
Excuse me, in a designated area for quite some period of time. So overall, like, our first vacation, I would say was good. Aside from, like, now I know that the next vacation I have to go with my aunt because my son clearly likes her more than the people that were there. I don't know. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, on the plane ride back, they were still really good. Once again, my older one ended up just watching a bunch of movies. My second one watched more movies, slept. On the way back, he was a little bit more restless. Maybe because like the flight was a little bit later in the day, so he wasn't like as tired because he had like his normal sleep schedule. But overall, it was good. Nobody, you know, got hurt aside from like the fever. But like I said, it was well managed. And yeah.
So because I traveled, I've been with an 11-month-old and I guess a 2-year-old. I'm gonna comment on both. So traveling when Antonio was 11 months, he was already crawling, and that was very difficult. So if you're someone looking to travel, you're on mat leave, you're looking to travel with your child, I highly recommend going before they learn how to crawl or when they once begin walking, because it was very difficult to put him down. All he wanted to do was crawl. You couldn't put him on the floor in the room. Yeah. You put him on the bed in the room. While he starts crawling, someone needs to watch him. Yeah. Right? And then like, even poolside, like you didn't want him crawling around the pools. So it was difficult in that sense. And my sister came with us this year, and he was 9 months old at the time, and he was still a potato, not crawling. And seeing that, like, it looked amazing, not having a crawler, because he would just sit. He was a potato. Yeah. Like, she does talk about the trip being like fairly easy. So being away with an 11-month-old, I want to talk a little bit about the packing, because, I mean, there's a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. We totally skipped that part.
There's a lot of things you got to bring, like the diapers. Is Massimo still in diapers? Yeah. Diapers. I feel like I always overpack my diapers. Did you have too many diapers?
I literally brought, because I buy the Costco ones. Yeah, so I only brought one sleeve, and like maybe I went through half of it. Yeah. And like keep in mind too, like once he's like 2, like you really, like maybe you go through 3-4 diapers a day. So like, yeah, and like that took up, you know, a big portion of the. A lot.
Like the swim
luggage.
diapers during the day, and then also like I brought swim diapers too.
Oh
Also
yes,
the
yes,
night
I had to bring
diapers.
those. Yeah.
Remembering like packing for a child.
Did you bring snacks that he has here or no?
I did. So,
Yeah, so
I had
brought the full box of Go-Go Squeeze.
Oh yeah.
Because Massimo like needs
Loves
a Go-Go
those
Squeeze
every day.
So I was like, we're just putting the whole box in.
So yeah, at Antonio last year I actually had to bring like formula bottles, like all of that
the
stuff
whole 9
too.
yards, yeah. My sister brought frozen bags of milk.
Yeah. So like bringing things to like wash and do all of that, like that was honestly a lot of work. My sister, like, I guess I didn't really go looking to buy new things, but she, like, it's actually not that hard to travel with a child. There's like things you can buy now to like travel compact size,
Yeah.
to wash bottles and all of that. I'm trying to think of like things that I brought because I feel like it's important. I feel like parents want to know: sunscreen, fan. We got a travel stroller, clothes. I feel like I always overpacked clothes.
I packed way too many clothes.
Yeah, you don't
For sure,
really
I
need
packed
that
way too
many
many
clothes for a toddler. You really don't.
Yeah.
I mean, the second time around, like I just
For
did an
some
outfit
reason,
at
I
night.
brought day clothes and night clothes,
No,
which
yeah,
made
you didn't
zero
know.
sense because
Yeah.
during the day they just wore their
Yeah.
bathing suit. So I'm like, what was I thinking
Yeah.
they were doing? Because that made no sense.
Yeah,
So that was I packed way too many clothes.
yeah. And then last year, so I quickly mentioned it. Last year, Antonio ended up getting sick and ending up in the hospital in Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
You know what I was saying? I think a part of me manifested it because I had so much anxiety before traveling with him. Like I was so anxious. Like I was losing weight before I went on vacation because I was scared of him getting sick on vacation. And then he
Oh my God.
got sick and ended up in the hospital with croup on vacation. And I remember the first day that it happened, we went to like the resort doctor, and the resort doctor basically said that he's too young for him to treat, and that if I thought something was wrong, like I need to leave the resort and go get care elsewhere. And he said to me that, I think he has heat stroke. So I messaged my friend who's a naturopath and sent them a video of my son and said like, hey, like, do you agree with the doctor? And he's like, Amanda, if your son had heat stroke, like he'd be in the hospital right now. Like he has a fever. So he did. He developed a fever, and I was giving him Tylenol. But it was the second night when I put him down to bed and I was watching his chest go up and down. It just like I said to myself, this isn't normal. Something's wrong. And I honestly, I blacked out. I grabbed my son. I ran to the front desk. I went ballistic and said like, I need help. Your doctor here didn't help me. There's something seriously wrong with my son. And they just called us an ambulance, honestly. They called us an ambulance. We went to the hospital, and like, I'm very, very grateful that I listened to myself, because my husband at the time was like, he's fine, we'll deal with it in the morning, because this was at like 9 p.m.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, he's not fine, like something is wrong. So we went to the hospital, and I'm happy I went with that, because he needed to be in the hospital, he needed treatment.
But like being sick when you're not like in the comfort of your own home, like my older one ended up getting an ear infection like literally right before, and so we had to bring the antibiotics with us. And like it was fine, like, but just make sure he doesn't get like water in his ears, that type of thing. But the antibiotics, the side effects is diarrhea. So like the poor kid would go from like 0 to like, I need the bathroom right now. With like, it was just, you didn't want that on vacation. Cause like sometimes you're not always close to a bathroom. You know what I mean? But like getting sick actually there, like, I can't. I remember you were like,
I was a mess.
Yeah.
I was a mess. I was a huge mess. I said I'm never traveling again with him. Went away this year. You know what? I said to a friend of mine really helped me get over that. She's like, you could have an 8-year-old that goes on vacation and breaks his arm. Like anything could happen to anyone. And she's right. Like anything could happen to anyone. It was an unfortunate situation, but he's fine. He came out we left the hospital, we got the meds. I mean, it ruined my trip for me. I cried the rest of my trip. I was so anxious. Like even when I got back to Canada, like I was not okay. Him getting sick on vacation just really affected me. And then I also just didn't have because he was still a little bit sick back home, and I was exhausted from everything. Like I didn't have the patience for caring for him at the time. But Yeah, so this time around, going with like a toddler who was 2 who could walk, I definitely enjoyed it a lot more. He was able to like eat everything. I was able to pack less. I didn't have like to bring formula or anything.
Yeah.
He definitely had a lot more meltdowns. Like one day, so I don't give him an iPad here in Canada. There's no need. But I do bring one on vacation for on the airplane, and at restaurants. It's again, it's not even for me. It's for everyone else. Like he ended up like on the airplane on the way back. He was over the iPad and he just ran up and down the aisle the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get him to sit, so it is what it is. I mean, he wasn't really bothering anyone.
Yeah.
But one day on vacation, he had a 40-minute meltdown after his nap because he wanted to go on the iPad. And honestly, guys, I just let him cry. I mean,
what are you
pointed
gonna
at the
do?
pool. I said, buddy, there's a pool right there. You're not
Yeah.
getting the iPad. I had to stand my ground. I didn't spend all this money for a vacation for you to be on an iPad. Sorry.
Oh, I know. So that it actually got to the point with my older one too. You know, he would want to start watching videos like on his cell phone, and it got to the point where I said, "I'm giving you 20 minutes." You know what I mean? Like it just like it was like, what battle am I? And like I said, he's a bit older too, so it's like, okay, you get 20 minutes, and then it's off. Go figure out something else. Like I don't know, like. Sometimes I think like as parents, like we have like these expectations, like this is gonna be so awesome, like they're gonna love it, and then when it doesn't go as planned, you're just like, what did I do it for? Why did I even leave the country? If I want to be miserable, I can be miserable at home. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like
Kids will always find a way to surprise you in one way or another. Like, they can make you think that they want to be on vacation and secretly don't, and then you're like, okay.
yeah, like he also like got to the point where he only wanted to eat pancakes, and then one night at dinner, because breakfast and dinner was in the same location, so we get to dinner and he goes, pancakes, mama.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, that's breakfast. Pancake. He yelled for pancakes the whole time. I'm like, buddy, you don't understand.
It's an
nighttime.
all-inclusive, but even breakfast ends.
But really, the whole 7 days he ate French fries. He literally lived off French fries until we met a little girl who got him to like eat other foods. Antonio, you need to have some pizza. Antonio, you gotta eat some chicken.
Oh my god, my second one, like, he would just
Antonio-
take like a bite of something. Like, I think I don't even think he actually completed like a
pancakes
single
and French
meal.
fries. Pancakes and French fries.
Yeah,
That was his
he
diet.
would always
for
just take a
week.
bite of something. I'm like, whatever. You seem to be surviving somehow. So
Yeah, honestly, and I, as a parent, like try not to stress. Enjoy your vacation.
Yeah.
I feel like vacation number 1, I was so like anxious and stressed about everything with my child.
Yeah.
And like rightfully so. Based on, I manifested that. I'm gonna state that. Vacation number 2 was a lot more enjoyable because like you don't want to eat today. I don't care. You'll eat at the next meal.
yeah.
Call me when you're hungry, buddy. Like I wanted to like enjoy it as well, right?
So my second is very into Jurassic Park right now.
Uh-huh.
He's watched like literally all 6 of the movies multiple times. Now there's a new one coming out.
oh yeah, I didn't even know there were 6.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's like 3 old ones and like 3 newer ones, and now there's gonna be another one. So like there's Jurassic Park at Universal Studios, and like a part like me and my husband are like, oh, he would die, like he would
know.
go and he would like love it. But then a part of us like, he's 2 years old, and like to do a theme park at 2 years old, like how much is he gonna enjoy it? You know what I mean? Like he can't go on like half the rides. What are we spending the money? And I'm just like so torn. Like I really want to go because maybe he won't be
feel like
into Jurassic Park forever, and like maybe like this is the time. But then I'm like, oh, is it worth it? Like,
I feel like as parents we do things literally to see the joy on our kids' face. Because I notice like me as a mom now, like buying for Easter.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, he doesn't even need half this stuff. But I'm like, I know he's going to be so excited, and you know Massimo is going to be so excited if you bring him there, but he's never gonna remember it. And like,
it's not even like the remembering it, because like whatever, we'll take pictures, we'll take videos. It's like,
but wouldn't you rather go at when he's like 6 or 7 and he like?
I want him to go on the rides. It's really
Oh, the
expensive.
rides
Like I
too.
just like I want him to like
Yeah.
experience it, not just like see it, you know. So it's like
Yeah.
it's very hard. Like, and I know so many people who like take their kids to Disney, and I get it because like Disney does have more rides without like a height requirement, because you know you're just going through the motions. So maybe Disney is the better, but like we are a Universal Studios family.
Yeah.
Like we like things at Universal, but
Yeah.
unfortunately Universal is more
For
thrill
older-
based.
Yeah, older kids.
So I don't know. That's my travel dilemma right now.
What's
like,
because I feel like what's something you brought on vacation that like you're so happy you brought? Can you think of anything that like your kids needed or anything or no? I can think of something. That's why. Okay. You think?
Yeah, because I feel like I didn't really have to even bring them anything because they just.
I brought they sell on Amazon a blackout playpen cover.
Oh, my sister travels with that.
Yeah, for over the crib because you're sharing a room with your child and they're gonna see you when they wake up.
So we got a crib. They had a crib for a room. Yeah, I slept with both my kids in the bed.
Oh,
so and my second ended up just sleeping poolside, which I was actually that's how you know he was just zonked, that he actually just one time I was doing the water gym stuff in the water, and my husband was holding my second, and he was just swaying in the water. All of a sudden he's like, and I look over and he's passed out.
Oh wow.
Just the motion of being in the water, and for most of the time we didn't go to the room. He just slept poolside, which is that was a big win. That was a huge win.
When I see on Instagram parents who get their kids to sleep poolside, I'm like,
oh yeah,
how'd you do that?
Honestly, not to brag, but that is cat's ass.
Antonio's like a FOMO kid. Honestly, we tried to get him to sleep poolside. I got him his chuchi, a bottle, everything.
Yeah, my niece was like that.
He's every sound. Oh, points at his ears. Oh. I'm like, buddy.
Yeah, he needs the perfect conditions.
I'm very grateful that my dad doesn't like the sun, and my dad was like, I'll go nap with him every day.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
I didn't have to spend time in the room. My dad went every single day after I would spend a half hour. I would go put him down.
Yeah.
And then my dad would be eating lunch, and then he would come and I would go and hang out. And then around 3:00, I knew my son would wake up. And if he didn't wake up, I would wake him up. Because again, I wanted to give my dad time to enjoy. It was 1 to 3 he would nap.
So my sister's hack is get a room with a pool. A swim up pool.
You know what? I thought of that, and then I looked at prices.
That could be a deterrent. Yeah, well, if it's available to you, take advantage of it. Because that also kind of makes you feel good too. Because at least you can just kind of sit on the balcony and you have your own pool.
Yeah, I think that if you're going on vacation with other people, you guys are gonna have a bunch of toddlers, I think one of you guys should get a room with the swim up.
Yeah.
And split it. I know I follow and I talk about her all the time. Well, I don't know if I have yet on this, but Candidly Carly. I went to Teachers College with her, and she has a massive following. She has a great motherhood page, and she always gets one on vacation, and she says it's worth every penny.
Yeah. No, my sisters also said that was worth it. Like I said, I got very lucky that my son just was so tired. He actually just slept there. Mm-hmm. So that also, because honestly, I would probably be very bitter if I had to spend an hour and a half to 2 hours in the room.
I wish I brought pool toys for my son. Did you bring pool toys?
I did. I did.
I'm he doesn't need toys. We could just get 2 cups at the bar.
Yeah, no.
Me. But I didn't think about all the other people on
that's
vacation
what screws you up.
that would have pool toys, and my son isn't going to want to play with 2 cups.
People, we all have to be in this together. Either we're all not bringing something, or we all are bringing something. But there's no in between.
So I'm grateful for the little boy Andrea that I met.
But we brought our own toys, and then my kids still wanted my niece's toys, because it's all the other stuff is cooler.
Yeah, we met a little boy, Andrea, and he shared all his toys. His mom was the sweetest lady.
Oh,
and then
nice.
London's family, which actually she's from here. She's from here. I went to her birthday party last week. Nice. So funny. They actually let us keep all the toys. They're you guys can keep it. We don't want to bring it back to Canada.
We left ours there.
Yeah, they gave it to us.
Yeah.
And then when I was leaving, I gave it to another family.
Okay, so
I said to them, please continue to give this around. Pay it forward kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's let other families that aren't as smart as me, benefit from pool toys as well.
Did where you go have a children's center?
They did. Antonio had to be 3 to be at the children's center.
So the one that we went to though, between a certain hour, they almost had open time where the parent could go with the kid, and you could just go for it was 2 hours every day.
Oh, I didn't even.
So it's usually before dinner time. So that's why it would be kind of dead there. So if you want let's say you just want to kill time before dinner, you could go there. So my niece went there for pretty much every night. We only went there once, and they had a jungle gym, some soft play.
They had
that was a nice option too. But when I said to my older one oh, do you want to go to the kids center? No. I'm okay, you're not at the point yet where you want to be left alone, which I respect. That's fine. It is what it is.
They had like an outdoor, like little kiddie water park area too. I brought Antonio there the first day and that was it. Truthfully, like watching other kids with their bad habits, honestly, I'm sorry, like climb the outside of this wet jungle gym, and my son then wants to copy him. I actually told the kid, I said to this kid, I'm like, hey, I'm like, you're not being safe, get down. There's no other parents around. I'm like, but my son wants to mimic your dangerous behavior.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring him there. We had to walk by it to get to our room. We would purposely walk the long way so he wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
He went there the first day and that was it. And because it's also like, I want to enjoy my vacation too. You can have fun with your toys by the pool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so, takeaway, do we like vacation with kids?
As long as you bring grandparents. That's honestly, guys, that's the key.
Yeah.
Bring grandparents.
Or somebody, whoever, whether it be like another family, whether it be grandparents, like
someone that can
whoever's
help you
in your community. Yeah, no, that definitely helps.
Alone. Don't go alone. I wouldn't go alone. Towards the end of the trip, because also the first time I went, I was married. The second time I went as a single mom.
Yeah.
So I definitely needed people there helping me. But towards the end of the trip, I flat out looked at everyone and I said, my patience is running really thin right now. I'm taking a step back from parenting because I don't want to lose it on this child. Yeah. I need everyone else to step up and help me out.
Yeah.
And I did. There was days where I looked at them and I said, I'm walking away from this situation. And I would walk away for myself. My own mental health couldn't handle the way he was acting.
Yeah.
And my mom or my dad or my aunt, someone would deal with him and get him to calm down. I mean, we were hitting the terrible twos at this time, right? So.
Well, that's why I said, if I don't get to do the aqua gym every day, I'm going to be a really pissed off person.
Yeah.
So
you have
give
to
me the 30 minutes or however long it is and just let me do something.
Yeah, I used to go for runs every morning, right? I would run around the resort.
Nice.
So, yeah, gotta do what you gotta do, right?
All right, until our next vacation.
Enjoy.